Hey everyone, figured it was time to give you an update as to what I've been doing and the progress here out in Hayden. And safe to say that the outdoor road building season is officially done. Everything's pretty much buried in leaves. I'm tired of raking, so that's it for that. But not to worry, that's when the work starts in the shop. So let's head to the shop and I'll show you what I've been up to. A friend of mine gave me a Bruder D5 dozer years ago as a gift. And I hadn't done anything with it all this time and finally decided now's the time to do something with it. So figured I'd post a video showing where I'm at. Oh, and also I've had this D11 brooder that I upgraded a few years ago to full RC with continuous rotation servos, saber tooth, and yada yada. But the problem with it was stretching tracks quite quickly, and I got to the point where I removed the link and got my tension back. But I noticed too that when you consider these rollers, none of them turn, so that's a whole lot of drag and resistance for this thing, which I weighed. It weighs like 10 pounds now. So I can see why the tracks would stretch so bad. So I figured, what the hell? I ended up cutting access in between the rollers and made myself some new aluminum. Well, I made them out of plastic just to prove that it was going to work. Got my sizing right, and then went to using aluminum rod. And yeah, made some rollers for it just to free up the rolling resistance on it. So there's that. And replacement tracks are cheap for $8 online. So anyway, on to the D5. I watched lots of videos of various guys and the way they do them. There's a lot of different ways. Everyone's imagination's different. Seen some guys that run the blade with 2 micro servos set up in here and linkage, and just too complex. A real common one is to put it in the front grill and just have a linkage to pick it up and down. Very simple, effective, but I didn't like the fact that you can see it. I wanted to try and conceal everything as best I could. So after looking a whole bunch and trying to figure out how to do it, I came up with this idea. You can get a sense of how it's going to work. This rod will now go through these holes to lift and lower the blade. And of course that means you have to hack into the cab a bit to give it the room, but the real neat thing is right where that line is. I cut it out now, obviously, but I should have took pictures beforehand. There was a raised ridge of plastic, and that's exactly where I had to cut, because when you drill the blade, if you put your holes right, you see where there's that raised edge? So I wonder if I can hold this somehow. Right where that raised piece is, that matches right up with this one. So that's all I had to do. This sucks one-handed. So that rod runs through there, and I got full range. Also took the advice of several guys that you hog out where the arms are in relation to the front idlers. Give it more more range. So managed to do that, and the beauty of this too is I managed to incorporate and really starting to enjoy using my lathe and my mill, make this stuff as precise as possible. Gotta love it. So happy to have it. Just a novice at it, but learning as I go. Same thing with I have been using the mill to cut down the inside of the hub at a nice equal level height, because I'm then going to use some of this high density plastic to cut and make hubs that'll sit inside, which will then be screwed all around. Yes, I have to upgrade the sprockets, put extra bolts to get more traction. Got that tip from guys. Another one is to shave all the tabs down. Still has a nice snug fit, but a lot easier to get on and off. What else was there for tips? Oh yeah, so I'm going with 645 mg high-tech servos. That seems to be the good choice of lots of power. I was going to go with the Sabertooth in this, but I also I'm out of radios. I need a radio for this. So that's when I thought, rather than buy a Sabertooth and a radio, I bought a FlySky FX i6X. So I'll just be able to mix and bypass using the Sabertooth. Put in a BEC and to power the receiver, and should be good. So yeah, that's where that's at for now. And if I remember, I'll do another video once I get some of this together. Waiting now, don't have the servos yet or anything, so I'm not cutting anything open more than I already have. Just going to finish up and get the blade working, and then hang tight till the rest of the parts come in. So, hope you enjoyed, guys. Sorry that was a long one, but take care.